Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, today, I want to speak to y'all about this messy situation involving Meg Thee Stallion, her boyfriend Partisan Fartain, aka Pardi, and the rapper DaBaby. Now, we are all familiar with the whole situation that transpired last year between Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, where allegedly Tory shot Meg Thee Stallion in the foot after a heated argument broke out between the two. Now, it's unsure what the argument was over because multiple stories came out, but it's known that the two did have a fling at the time. Now, fast forward, Meg Thee Stallion and DaBaby have been featured on a few songs together, two in which they shared major success in, which happened to be Cash-ish and Crybaby. Now, they seem to have good chemistry on songs together where they often throw sexual and flirtatious subliminals at each other, which lead listeners like myself wondering, did Meg and DaBaby ever do the, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, as of last week, that all came to an end when Tory Lanez released his visual for Scat, which featured none other than DaBaby. Now, to me, it's an entertaining song and an even more entertaining video, because I actually commend the two for bringing substance back in videos, because that became a lost art these days. Back in the days, that's what directors like Lil X and Hype Williams specialized and thrived in. But these days, most of these videos, I guess, due to World Star, they mostly shot in gas stations, like the corner of somebody's block. Now, as this video was released, Meg Thee Stallion's fans went crazy. Some even calling DaBaby Two-Face, calling him a traitor, said he's playing both sides, said he's all kind of shady foolishness because guess what? They felt that he shouldn't be associating himself with Tory Lanez because he's cool with Megan. Now, to be honest, I feel that the fans played a heavy part in hyping this whole messy situation up because at first, Meg didn't even share no words about it. Alright, it's almost like she wasn't even paying attention. Then, as time went on, she first unfollowed DaBaby, right? And as soon as she unfollowed DaBaby, she wrote a statement on Twitter saying this, quote, "Support me in private and publicly do something different. These industry men are very strange. This situation ain't no beef, and I really wish people would stop downplaying it like it's some internet stuff for likes and retweets." Now, I don't know what's been said between her and DaBaby in private, so I can't comment on that behalf. However, the reason I say Meg was peer pressured into this situation by the fans was because it wasn't even a problem until everyone started reacting to it and it kind of went viral, and they kind of expected something from Meg Thee Stallion, then boom. All right. And I always hate the way she always try to subconsciously make it a men versus women thing. Like, if y'all peep, she always make it like, oh, these men. First of all, it's very divisive to people who don't understand what's going on. And this is why you have women walking around always talking about men ain't this, men ain't that. You even got young girls these days saying men ain't this, men ain't that. It sends out a very bad message. And not only that, these kids be young talking about men ain't nothing. Men, come on. You haven't even met a real man. You about 15, 16, 17 talking about there's no real men in the world. How? Of course there's no real men in the world because you haven't met one yet. You're not an adult. But anyway, I could vouch that DaBaby at first was keeping it cordial, very cordial, before she chimed in about it, and even after she chimed in about it. He was telling fans that they're not going to get the reaction that they want from him, and, being, I guess, professional. There was even a tweet before when he said this, quote, "Baby got enough problems of his own and my N-word, whatever. I don't got no reason to inherit the next MF problems. Y'all chasing the story y'all ain't gonna get. I'm out people's business while still successfully doing business." End quote. So it's clear that he tried to keep it smooth and even let people know that he had no ill intentions. He didn't want no drama. It just seemed like he wanted the bag. But until the next thing that happened. Now this is a little shaky. Allegedly, DaBaby retweeted someone's tweet about this whole situation where they said this, quote, "I guess DaBaby and Tory Lanez are cool now because they both shot somebody and don't have to do any jail time." Now, I gotta admit that was a little funny, but given the circumstance, this is what happened. DaBaby is saying that he didn't retweet it, and somehow, some way, it got retweeted, and by the time he noticed, because everybody was tagging him in it. When he tried to delete the retweet, it wouldn't do delete. Now, I don't know how honest he's being about not retweeting it, but it was retweeted, and he did show a video on Twitter of him trying to actually delete the retweet, but it wouldn't delete. So who knows what really happened? I don't know what's going on that end, but there was a retweet on his behalf saying, you know, exactly what it said. Now, in the midst of all this, DaBaby dropped a tweet and Meg dropped a tweet. It all went downhill from there because they actually started a little back and forth exchange on Twitter. Now, this is what DaBaby had to say about her first tweet. He said this, quote, "You done let these folks get the best of you, thug. I don't got no bad energy for you. You know, like I know, I ain't no industry N-word. Let them fool you into thinking that you tripping. Stand on what you stand on without feeling like I'm against you. Stay focused, my G." End quote. So even in that tweet, I feel he was still being solid and not going too far. He was still trying to keep it cordial and respectful in a sense. When he could have jumped out the window and, you know, said something disrespectful like most of these artists will actually do, especially when he's going back and forth with a female. He even states that she let the people get the best of her and pretty much, like I said earlier, peer pressure her into saying something that was not needed because they really know each other. All right. Now, with all that being said, he was still being attacked on Twitter in the midst of that by Meg's fans. And to be honest, I could already see that Meg just wanted to keep the drama going. That's how I feel. That's what my energy tells me. Because what kills me the most is this. I'm sure that they both have each other's numbers to begin with. So why don't the both of them, you know, take it off the internet? Like, what is this for? Is this for the internet? Is this for, you know, some type of promotion? Because this is what people do these days. A lot of these celebrities, they do their press runs or whatever by igniting drama and just keeping negativity going. We all know that drama sells. But come on, man. All right. So the next tweet, she says this, quote, "My stance hasn't changed at all. Yours has. We already spoke about this in private and you specifically said, quote, that ain't even no good business move. Why would I promote that ish? But now this ain't your beef. That ain't real. But you stay on your business, my G." So I guess she was being a little funny with the my G. Anyway, now seeing this tweet shows me that pretty much she is asking him to take sides. All right. That's how I take it. She wants whoever that she messed with to be on her side. And if you have an affiliation with Tory Lanez, then pretty much you are op. But I wonder how that's going to work out for her when Tory been in the game longer and her story hasn't added up. It hasn't added up, and a lot of people caught on to it. So a lot of people that was invested into it at first, they kind of like shied away from it. Like if you peep, everybody, the whole industry was against Tory, but her problem is she kept talking. As she kept talking, people started hearing the flaws and the inconsistencies in her story, and what happened is, a lot of people started accepting Tory Lanez back, and he started putting out some good music as well. And then, you know, it's still some people that look at Tory a little funny still, I guess, because, you know, they don't want to break that affiliation with Meg. But at the same time, a lot of people kind of put that to the back burner, man. You know, it's hard for people to also choose sides. Like I said, when her story isn't clear. And this all, matter of fact, this all reminds me of the whole Murder Inc. and G-Unit beef situation when 50 would diss everybody that would do a song with Ja Rule or have any type of association with Murder Inc. You remember that? But like I said, unfortunately, no one is scared of Meg with this, you know, with this whole thing. And with this virus going on, no one trying to hear, like, it's too much going on. It's too much of a distraction. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, with this whole virus, people are going out. They got to get that back. A lot of these artists, they coming out of COVID. They coming out of this whole pandemic when everybody was in the house. A lot of the money stopped. So what they're doing is they coming out and they going to get that back, man. So, you know, she could take it as business, you know, and not personal. Or she could continue just thinking with her emotions and her feelings, man. But that's not going to get her far. But anyway, after that whole tweet, DaBaby had this to say. He said, quote, "You ain't tweeting nothing. I ain't tell that N-word directly. I told him the same thing. LOL. Whoever cleared it, cleared it. So what? It still ain't enough of my business for MFs to be feeling some type of way about my pretty chocolate butt. Getting into that don't feed my people, end quote. And like I stated earlier, man, I'm sure DaBaby's just chasing the bag. And his thing is that it's none of his business enough for people to act like he should be choosing sides anyway. And like I said, I'm kind of 50-50. I'm leaning towards DaBaby, but it's also 50-50 because, like I said, we don't know what was said in private. You can't tell somebody one thing and then go out and do the next. So if that's what he did, shame on Baby for that. But if he was keeping it organic throughout the whole situation, you know, if he was being real with being real about the whole situation, how he felt about Tory and then her, and he's like, yo, listen, I can't choose sides, then he's right. But if he was sitting there choosing side in the dark, but then when it comes to the light, he want to act like he's not choosing sides, then that's a problem. All right? Because like I said, man, if she's not expecting him to be on her side for no reason. I'm pretty sure they had some type of talk. She's not just crazy. Maybe she is. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Meg could not sit here and expect everybody in the industry not to mess with Tory. It's just not going to happen. I'm sure he had relationships with some other artists way longer because he's been in the game longer. So what's she going to do? Stop talking to the whole industry? All right, like I said, the climate ain't the same either, man. A lot of people are kind of over it, especially being that nothing has come out of the case yet, so nobody really knows what's going on. And with everything that's going on in the world today, we live in a world where people's attention span is so short because a lot of things are happening back to back to back to back. So it's easier to forget things quickly these days, man. But anyway, after all that happened, DaBaby ended the back and forth exchange that they was having on Twitter by tweeting this. He said, quote, I don't even go back and forth with my own girls on the net. Now I'm on this MF going back and forth with another dude's woman about some things another dude is accused of. How the F that work? Y'all dudes hell. Happy Juneteenth though. We started this off with a bang, didn't it? Love you, Meg. Like I said, it makes sense, man. He's beefing with someone over something someone else did to them, allegedly. Then on top of that, you can see that he's still not bothered. And not to mention, I'm glad he stopped while he did, because if he would have kept going back and forth with her over the internet, that would make him look weird, man. A grown man fighting with a woman on Instagram over someone else, over a chick that's not even yours. It's crazy. Sometimes it's best you just let it be and take the high road. You look more mature, and you know. So after the whole quick exchange between the two, Pardi, who is Meg's newest boy toy, came to her defense by having this to say to DaBaby via Twitter. Pardi said this. He said, quote, "This matter ain't no public opinion or internet beef, so a dude let a lot of that weak stuff slide." Then he also said this, quote, "You dudes is corny. A lot of you women is corny. Any dude that shoots a woman is vagina. Any dude that sides with it, condones it, affiliates themselves with, stands besides that type of behavior is a B word. Any woman that supports it for any reason is a F, sad, bitter, or confused." And then after that, DaBaby proceeded to actually then he actually at DaBaby this time, and he said this: "You a clown A N-word doing clown A stuff, then trying to backpedal. N-word, that's what it is. You don't ever gotta address her again." And after this tweet, DaBaby responded to it by quoting a Beyonce song by saying this: "You must not know about me. You must not know about me." Man, DaBaby obviously isn't taking him serious, and judging from DaBaby's background, the Pardi background, I don't think this is Pardi fight, but who knows? Pardi like 6'6", 6'7" or whatever. You know, DaBaby's like 5'1". I don't know. But as far as Pardi replying to defend Meg, I get it. But if he wanted to, he should have done it like, I don't know, man, behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying? It makes him look like an internet chatty patty. Why go on the internet cursing out another man over a woman when you could have just sat there and got his number, maybe from this woman, or have these celebrities magically be having each other's number? You could have just easily sat there and got this man's number and talked to him like a real man over the phone, or handled it privately. That's what you do. But going back and forth over the internet over a girl, a woman. I understand it's your woman, but it's like kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. Y'all let me know. But once again, like I said, get in contact with that man. Iron those wrinkles out. Don't put your emotion on the internet like that. It makes a man look weak when he does that, man. I don't know what type of era y'all grew up in, but that's it. I'm sure. Yo, listen. I'm sure that maybe this, judging from how they was talking to each other, man, maybe it's at a point of no return. Hopefully not. But I hope this situation gets resolved, man. If not, at least remain cordial, because I don't think it's that serious. This is something that could actually been spoken about, spoken over. It could have just been resolved like that, but they took it to the furthest extent. So I don't know. It seemed to me that DaBaby was just chasing the bag, but maybe Megan got a little too emotional. But she's a woman that, you know, it happens. You know, not saying anything about women, but she's emotional. You know, she probably felt he should have been on her side. Maybe, like I said, whatever situation that they did privately, or whatever talk that they had privately, maybe she has a reason to feel like that, but we don't know that side, so I can't judge that. But as far as what I can see, it seemed like DaBaby just wanted a bag, man. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Was DaBaby wrong for chasing the bag and saying that this situation has nothing to do with him? Or should he have picked sides and stayed there? You see what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.